The village of Finkachi was a quiet, simple place, surrounded by dense forests and the whisper of ancient legends. It was a town where everyone knew each other, and secrets rarely survived the weight of the gossip that passed from one doorstep to another. But there was one mystery that defied explanation, an enigma that sent ripples of unease through the hearts of the people. For months, the village had been plagued by a peculiar scandal. Women were becoming pregnant under mysterious circumstances, their husbands swearing on the gods that they had not lain with their wives during the nights of conception. The situation became so frequent and uncanny that whispers turned into shouts. And soon, the matter was brought before the village head, Al-Haji Ibrahim, a man of wisdom and great patience. Al-Haji Ibrahim gathered the village's elders and sought a solution. "This is an unnatural happening," he declared. "If men do not claim these children, then whose seed do these women carry? We will investigate until the truth is revealed." As the weeks stretched on, tensions grew among the villagers. Men began to suspect one another, and wives feared their husbands' wrath. Some husbands accused their wives of infidelity, while others took to sleeping outside their homes, guarding their doors with charms and weapons. One peculiar creature stood out in the village, a black cat with piercing golden eyes. It belonged to an old widow named Kakahawa, who claimed the feline had been with her since her husband's passing many years before. The cat was often seen lurking about the village, resting beneath the warm afternoon sun, or slipping into homes where food was left unattended, but the cat had always been there, so why now? Why were these events happening only recently? Kakahawa had always been a mysterious figure in the village. Some claimed she was a woman of deep spiritual knowledge, while others whispered that she dabbled in forbidden magic. No one dared confront her directly, but rumors began to swirl. Some villagers started to believe that she knew more about the black cat than she let on. One evening, as the village elders gathered to discuss their next steps, an old woman named Asabe stood. Her voice trembled as she spoke. "Kakahawa is not as innocent as she appears. That cat of hers. I have seen it do things no ordinary creature should do." Al-Haji Ibrahim frowned. "What have you seen?" Asabe hesitated before continuing. "I have seen it watching people. Not like a cat watching a bird, but like a man watching and listening. And there is something in its eyes, something unnatural." The elders murmured amongst themselves, but no decision was made. They needed proof. A young hunter named Umar, eager to uncover the truth, took matters into his own hands. He stayed awake, perched upon a tree, watching the village under the glow of the moon. It was then that he saw something that would change the course of the village's history forever. From Kakahawa's home, the black cat stretched lazily upon her doorstep, eyes glistening like molten gold. As the moon reached its peak, the cat began to tremble. Its form shifted, bones elongating, fur receding, and before Umar's very eyes, the creature transformed into a tall, handsome man with the same golden eyes. The man smirked, his muscles rippling under the moonlight, and he stepped into the night, vanishing like a shadow. Umar was paralyzed with shock, but when he finally found his voice, he ran straight to Al-Haji Ibrahim's home. Bursting through the doors, he recounted what he had seen. The village head summoned the elders at once, and they set a trap for the following night. That night, the village men hid in the shadows, armed with charms, spears, and spells passed down from their ancestors. As expected, the black cat transformed once again, and this time, the villagers were ready. They surrounded him, holding torches and charms, chanting incantations to weaken the beastly magic. The man, now caught, hissed like a cornered animal, his golden eyes darting for an escape. "Who are you?" Al-Haji Ibrahim demanded. He man chuckled darkly. "I am Tanko, the cursed one. Bound to this cycle by a forgotten sin. I take what I desire, and no man can stop me." But Al-Haji Ibrahim was prepared. The village's spiritual leader, Baba Juku, stepped forward and began the ritual. The words of the old tongue slithered through the air, wrapping around Tanko like unseen chains. He howled in agony as the transformation began once more, this time, not into a man, but into something neither human nor feline. A grotesque amalgamation of the two, his cries echoed into the night, "You have defiled our village, taken what is not yours," Baba Juku declared. "Your punishment shall be banishment, to wander the lands, neither man nor beast." Forever alone, the villagers watched in horror as Tenko, now a monstrous form, was driven into the wilderness, his golden eyes vanishing into the shadows of the trees. The village of Finkachi was never the same after that night. The pregnancies eventually led to children with strange, golden eyes, remnants of the curse left behind. Some of these children grew to be gifted, possessing abilities beyond normal humans. Others were feared, shunned by their own people. Kakahawa disappeared soon after the banishment, her home left abandoned, her whereabouts unknown. Some say she went into the forest to find Tenko. Others believed she had always been a guardian of dark forces and had left to seek another vessel for her secrets. Tund, forever marked by what he had witnessed, became a respected elder in the village. But he always wondered, had they truly seen the last of Tenko? Or had the cursed one found another way to return? The villagers moved forward, but on certain nights, when the moon was high and the wind whispered through the trees, a shadow would sometimes be seen at the edge of the village. A pair of golden eyes watching, waiting, and the villagers knew, the shadow of the moon was never truly gone.